Okay, so then what? Freshman year of high school, you come back home?
Freshman year of high school, I come back home. I think it might have been sophomore year.
Okay.
I come back home. I go straight to Compton High School, predominantly Crip neighborhood. Park Villages, Farm Dogs, Santana Blocks. Just Cripped out the game. My older brother went to Centennial, which is blood school. That's where Kendrick went. Aaron Afalo. Niggas like that. And me, I was, going across the tracks and, fucking with my brother and his homies after school, and that was Cedar Block. And so there was always a conflict about me and my Bulls, my starter Bulls pullover or my Dennis Rodman jersey and whatever it was at school. But, obviously I made it out alive and I, went through a lot of hardships. But at the end of the day, I held mines. I played basketball. I was just, like I said, I was gang banging and I did it all. Like it was just all in the gumbo pot. And, but that was just Compton,
Okay, so when did you become a Blood exactly?
I want to say I became a Blood when my brother became a Blood because that was who I looked up to. And that's who I basically patterned myself and my lifestyle after. And when I say my brother, I don't even mean big face. I mean, my brother Derek is from Crenshaw Mafia. So, he would come pick us up because my pops would always say, you got to go bond with your brother. And so he'd come pick me up, take me on the show. I'll be, I don't know, little as shit, man, 5 and 6 years old on Crenshaw, watching all this gang activity. But, and that brother is, a little bit more older than my other brother. He's like 10 years older than me. So, when he was 16 and 17 and I was 6 and 7 years old, like he was, driving BMWs and, he had all 3 and 4 cars. And at that point, at that time, for him to be, now that I look at it, a 16-year-old, I have a 16-year-old who can barely drive, who doesn't have a car yet because he'd rather play video games than go and get his, his driver's license. And he will. But when I compare my 16-year-old to the 16-year-old brother that I had raising me, it was just a totally different world back then. And it was just crazy. But that was my role model. He was like Superman to me. And then my brother Face, followed, after him, not, right after him, but, he was getting down, with Cedar Block. And so that's where it was. That's where it was for me. That was home for me.
Okay, so you're going to Compton High School and you're claiming Blood. And was Compton High School mostly Crip or was it mixed?
It was like 5 Bloods. Most of them.
And everyone else was Crip?
Most of them hidden, yeah.
Okay. So what was the most serious situation you were getting into during that time?
Well, see, the thing about Compton is this. It's like, no matter who joins what gang, like we pretty much all went to elementary school and middle school together, right? Yeah. So it's like, we know each other. So some niggas that went the Crip route that was hard was a kid in 3rd grade that you was taking his motherfucking lunch money. So it's like, when we become teenagers, it's like, nah, I ain't going for that. So it would take a group of them niggas to really press the issue or catch you slipping, you know what I'm saying? So, it was, everybody knew me. I was JC, you know what I'm saying? So everybody knew me. We grew up together. We grew up hooping at the park, whatever. So, it was just personal, personal shit. And so you really only had murderous or killing intent with niggas that you really didn't grow up with or you really didn't know. But if you grew up with somebody and you was Blood and they was Crip, it was always that childhood love that you just couldn't really overstep or violate. So a lot of niggas that are living today got passes because of, we just went different routes, and that is what it is or was what it was. But a nigga you didn't know was just a nigga you didn't know. And then nobody give a fuck about a nigga they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it was up.